Kingsley, I'm losing weight. Do you want to know how?
Yeah.
Cormaz Meals, Eric B, capital E, capital B, $15 off if you're a first-time user. You get to pick what you want by Thursday, deliver it by Monday. Delivery's included. It's amazing, dude. You could be black, white, Spanish. You really could be anything and order the stuff. Yeah. They are non-racist, non-fat, non-latte. Anyways, guys, go to Cormaz Meals. Details in the bio.
And why the AZ is SVO. Jokes aside, the realest when you hear it coming from the Eric Bernal show. It's Scottsdale. Very own. Get your phone and hear a call. We going up.
Welcome back to another episode of the Eric Bernal show. The sun is shining. It is not raining. Waste management is done.
Finally.
Meaning that we can go back to just regular partying now. The Scottsdale area was infused with a bunch of white and not just the race. We're talking about the hard stuff. We're not going to mention that stuff in the first 5 minutes because of the algorithm or whatever, the queers that own this channel. So it's okay. Look, guys, I want to let you guys know this is a comedy podcast and it's very, sometimes you guys don't get it. What are you saying? These things. You know what I mean? I do want to mention, The Hangover didn't really happen. That was a movie. These things are for your comedic relief. And if you are against anything that I'm saying, you're actually a Nazi yourself because in early Nazi Germany, they did get away with, and they do away with, free thinking. So the first time you tell someone you can't talk about that, just know you want Adolf at your house. With that being said, I do want to shout out our video guy, audio engineer, Gatsby the artist.
What up?
Go ahead and give Gatsby a follow, guys.
Appreciate it.
And it's pre-birthday, but by the time this comes out, it will be post-birthday. Gatsby, maybe we can run a clip of your birthday, even though we don't know what's going to happen. I will film something at some point. You could just post it. I did tell Gatsby the first 5 rounds are on me, and that food is on me. He does not know that there is limits to what he can purchase. So It's all good. We had a great time and act like we already went to your birthday. Meanwhile, you're like missing. But
This episode never
he
comes
laughs
out.
now. Guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Gatsby, let's put a new like, comment, subscribe. Even if it's words or something, whatever. You do your thing. Gatsby is the best, and also I ask a lot of him for very little pay. But we will be making money soon. No, I do pay Gatsby. How much it is, ask the other people that use him. With that being said, we do have a guest. I want to let you know I've met this gentleman. I don't know exactly where we'll get into in a second. I'm sure it was a comedy club or some type of, Look, I watched BBC. Please blank out that part. Yeah. Corn. In preparation for this interview because he does look like an eligible guy that would be on there making love to somebody's wife of Italian or Polish descent. Ladies and gentlemen, Kingsley Amukamura, guys. And then we'll have claps here. And what is your Instagram? How can people follow you?
I'm on everything. It's King Amukamara. And
we're going to have the spelling. It's going to be right in front of your face.
Oh, it's somewhere
so
there.
leave it out there real long, Gatsby, because Amukamura, these people, they're used to Smith, Jones. These people can barely read and tell what left is and what right is, or up and down. You've seen the people here today outside, not in this room.
Quick note,
Go ahead.
I'm not on the BBC category.
He does look like some. Yeah. Look, that was going to be my first question for you. Are all blacks packing?
Shit,
How would you know, right?
How would I know? But word on the street?
Yeah, word on the screen, okay? I've seen
Maybe.
things where I go, wow, it would be good to be better at basketball. So, we like to ask questions here, rapid fire. What are your feelings of the claim that Britney Spears once said in her early 2000s that she too was a slave?
Don't look at me.
Shit. I mean, I've been a Britney's fan since Oops, I Did It Again.
98, 99,
99, yeah. She was on my Trapper Keeper in the front.
You know what I've noticed? That her and Justin Timberlake have lines where they say, I'm a slave.
You know what?
I'm a Slave for You, and I think it was his first hit with Timbaland. If you could track those lyrics down.
Oh.
Maybe.
With the clips, I think. Well, weird
I
enough.
believe that shit.
But I say that obviously in jest, just get the party rolling. But it is crazy when people will go back and be like, you need to stop her, this music. I always make references to that. Like she said, if we could just put some type of, whatever even if we just had a run back of just her saying, I'm a slave, I'm a slave, I'm a slave. And then run it back, I'm a slave, I'm a slave. It's wild. Because she had a snake around her neck, very BBC-like.
True.
And,
Symbolism.
ooh, Illuminati.
There it is.
We're getting there pretty quick.
Yes.
No, but what do you think about that? What do you think people are like, all right, that's a reach?
Definitely a reach because she's a slave for you.
Yeah,
Right?
and she
that's
can't
the,
deny
That's
it.
the lyric afterwards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like,
What do you think if a black pop artist were to say that?
I mean, in today's climate,
I mean, they're talking about eating guys' buttholes now.
yeah, it might work. It might be like a new thing.
I'll pitch it.
I can
you
see
know, if they remix "I'm a Slave for You,"
Lil
like
Nas X doing it.
Lil Nas X, look, there's nothing that the guy won't do.
Yeah.
Pretty soon
like-
he's gonna announce that he's gonna do the biggest concert in the world. He's gonna do it in the ocean where people are just in the water. And then he blasts himself in the head at the end. And then it's actually a fake guy he hired to kill himself. And he's actually, I'm back, resurrected. He'll do a whole Bible
The
thing.
whole thing, right?
That's fire.
But
That'd be lit.
I'd tune
in
in.
the world of comedy, man, there's a lot of things I want to run to you. Because look, you're black. I can't prove it yet. I'm doing 23andMe. If I can get a percentage down, I'm hoping I can sing a DMX song once a year out loud.
Sure, there's a small
And-
percentage.
Yeah, no, there has to be. You know, people don't even understand. Latinos are three things: they're African, they're indigenous people, and European. Now, when you look at certain people, you could tell how much percentage on the pie chart that they have. Right? Me, I'm more native, indigenous Inca in the sector of Ecuador, maybe European. But in college, we did find out what facial and body features are belonging to European, African. Guess where big lips come from?
African.
Big asses come from.
Africa.
It is.
Mhm.
It is a trait.
Yep.
That's why I know I'm not African. I have no ass. Like, I do have this joke that I say I don't want a daughter not because like I'm scared to have a daughter or raise a daughter. I just don't want her to have my ass. Because I see what these women say to those women or what we say.
Oh, well, yeah.
And it's not nice. But
No buns is what I say. Look, she got
yeah.
no buns.
Here's the thing. There's a guy out
long
there
back.
going. Here's the thing. There's a guy out there going, that shit fat. There is a guy. Guys are hype guys. They'll hype a girl up to infinity. Okay? Because I have to deal with them at some point when they're going through. Because here's the thing. The NBA guy will have sex with them, so they think that they're going to be with the NBA guy. They don't understand the fallacy, and they're being used for sex, right?
Right.
So then they go down to the G Leaguer, and that guy will do it too, but that doesn't really. And then she notices that he actually goes back to his supermodel girl. And then even the guy that's used to play ball in high school now plays at LA Fitness hardcore, slaps the floor when he's on defense, brushes the dirt off the bottom of his sneakers and things like that. And then she'll understand that that's kind of where she needs to work at, like
Yeah,
right there.
that's the starter point,
He's
right?
at a call center.
Work
He's
your way
doing
up.
well. He's one of the coaches. He's on his way to management. Will he make it? Who knows? And then she'll be like, "Oh, you're like, I'm so good." I'm like, "No." And it's not that, dude. It's not, I get a lot of grief from women sometimes about like, oh, you only have good-looking women on your Instagram and stuff like that. It's not that. It's not that.
You do got a.
I've been with ugly girls. Let's break it up. But you know how, let's say you commit a crime when you're 14 years old and you do your time.
Right.
When you're out, you're not doing that stuff again.
Right. You've gained the experience.
I'm done with that part of my life.
Yeah.
God bless you to the men who need whatever. It's just not for me, and that's okay. Because the same way a woman could ask for a guy who's 6'2", big schlong, makes $100K, I can't ask for a girl who I'm attracted to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, right?
That is, which brings me to my next point. Is sitting on the stool on stage in comedy a black thing?
It's more of a lazy thing.
Or
I
people
wouldn't
trying to
even
humiliate Chappelle?
No, it could be a confidence thing. I think
Now, what do you think about people sitting on the stool doing 5 minutes?
Just a 5-minute set sitting on the stool.
Yeah.
That has to be.
That's a little weird. You know, I was told, I won't say which headliner, but I didn't even attempt to. I'm not a stool sitter.
Yeah.
As a host, you better not sit on the stool. You know?
Okay. Are you gonna? Would you sit on a stool at an open mic if you're just like?
No.
No,
because I also, you know, I think it's cultural. I think more. I've noticed black comics do it. I think there is this swagger to it, storytelling.
Yeah.
Come around, let's talk.
Yeah.
But I don't think everybody should be doing it. I think that's almost something you earn to sit on a stool. You know,
Yeah.
if you've been doing this
If
for
you're
a
at that
while,
point.
if you're doing more than 10 minutes, do it at. If you're doing 15, do it at 11, and sit down and close.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not that type of person. I'm up. I'm usually, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm more facial expressions. You know, I used to pace around, and then I gained weight and I stopped. So just to leverage oxygen. But that I always saw, you know, I try to tell some comics that ask for my advice, and I don't know why, because every comic is so different. My only advice is to keep doing it until people laugh and stop blaming the audience.
Right.
But
See, I have that conversation. Like, when is it? Is there ever a point where it's okay to blame the audience based on like location? So I did a show. They put me on last minute. It was opening up for Mojo. What's his name? Mojo Banks. Mojo something. And it was at this. It was a last minute. It was at this brunch spot.
Brunch.
The
There it
show,
is.
but it was at night though. The show started.
hold on. There was a brunch show at night?
Yeah, it was at a brunch because the place was. It was called Brunch.
Okay, it was a brunch venue used during non-operating hours.
Right.
All right.
And place was full. The game was on, and they wanted us to do comedy. There was no host. The DJ brought us up. I went second, and then it was just. And then I asked them before I got on. I was like, "Hey, turn the TVs off." They turned the TVs off. Everybody just got mad.
Yeah.
And I went up on doing my thing, and everyone was just talking amongst themselves, putting their cell phone out, just watching the game, and like I'm just going through my set. Would you count? And it was horrible. It was probably like one of the worst shows.
Not
I've
even a horrible audience. That was a horrible environment.
Yeah, and I
I'm
was
talking
like,
about legit comedy club.
oh, okay.
We're just talking comedy
Anytime
clubs.
there's a game on in the
People with the
background.
intention
Yeah.
to view a comedy show and nothing else.
Okay.
That part,
That's
I think
different.
you can't. And guess what? I think there could be some swings and misses. How many times have you said a joke? I mean, as in Tempe, that kills, and in Desert Ridge falls flat on its face. There is a
bunch.
different demographic too. We gotta also understand that, and also, I mean, my advice to people that do it is don't look nervous,
Right.
because once you start looking like you're unconfident, like they're like,
You
"Oh,
lost
you
them."
suck," and we agree with you.
You are trash.
You're not good. Also, I don't think it's on me to tell someone if they suck,
True.
unless
As-
they're asking.
As another comedian, or
As another comedian, I'm not gonna. What do you think? I think I would tell them constructive criticism. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Look, this, that, whatever. Breathe a little bit." Everyone's caught up on some type of formula of laughs per minute and all this other stuff. Sometimes you go a minute or two without laughs for the large payoff. Sometimes it's cool bringing the audience on a trip, going like, "Where is he taking this?"
Right. And I get that too. And I that's where when I first started comedy, that was like my first. I was watching a Cat Williams interview, and he brought up that laugh per minute, and then I try to just base everything off.
Yeah,
of
because
that.
it works for some and it doesn't work for all. I mean, there are parts where Dave Chappelle goes on a 6-minute rant, and you're learning something,
Yeah.
and
then
at
he
the
has that
end, he's like,
killer joke at the end.
you know, it kills. Again, it's not every style isn't for everyone. But in the beginning, you try to emulate the person you like. It comes out a little bit. You know, another thing I see is the microphone hitting the thigh. That is a very
I did that last night.
dude. That is this version of the 3-pointer, you know, at the NBA. It is cultural. But if it feels natural, go ahead and do it, because it is cool if you could do it. I can't pull it off per se, you know. Also, I wouldn't I wouldn't feel like it's natural. If it feels natural for you, go ahead and do it. I always tell people, whatever it is, because people are going to tell if you're forcing stuff.
Yeah.
You could tell when people force stuff. I think I've gotten good stuff out of being nervous and being like, yeah, there's no punchline to that joke. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
I've done that
And then
too.
people are just like, oh, okay, like level with me here because there's. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm working on that joke.
Right.
You didn't like that. Let's go ahead. Like I always worked on something when things didn't work out. Like I saw Anthony Jeselnik and they were asking him, what do you use? Because he goes hard in the paint with these jokes, dark humor. And he said one of his go-to lines was, oh, like when it's like it bombs, he goes, oh, I thought you guys were cool. And then people usually get, and it lets them reset.
Yeah. Sets up the energy.
So mine is always like, damn, that sounded good in the car. Like I would go to that sometimes. Like, yeah, that sounded good in the car. Guess not. All right. Anyways, I got more. And keep going.
Yeah.
Now we met. Do you remember where we met? I don't remember exactly the place or the time. I just know I've seen you out. I've been drunk seeing you. I've been on drugs.
A few times. I don't want to say it wasn't Golden Margarita, was it?
I think it might have been before that, but
Yeah.
that was 2020. Believe it or not, end of 2020.
Damn. Yeah.
Because they all started opening things up. They opened the things up a little bit in May. That's when Mayweather came out here.
Yeah.
I saw him here. It was weird. And then they reopened things up like September, October. And I think November I had a show. Right, Gats? It was November. Golden Margarita.
Yeah.
We sold like 120 tickets. That was really cool. And that money's gone. So, yeah. Paying off women isn't cheap. No, but I think it might have been around that time. What was your perception of me? I think it's a good question. Be honest.
You were like, I felt like you were what I should have been.
Short and Hispanic?
No. Like, because like you were like the Scottsdale comedian, and in my 20, I had like a reign where I was like, I felt like I was like the hot guy in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
But I just didn't do like comedy. Like I didn't have like a spot in Scottsdale.
I had
to
figure it out.
Right.
And I still wasn't.
But
that
I was
guy.
just like, I was just that party in like my mid-20s. I was just that party guy. But I did.
But
comedy.
you probably skipped the line. I had to wait online.
So I was skipping
know
the
what I mean?
line and all that stuff. But then like when I was like seeing you around, I was like, damn. I was like, you're doing the comedy. Like you did the comedy show at El Jefe, and I was like, that should have been me.
Yeah, and here's the thing, it can be. You know what's crazy though is that there's not just. Look what happens now. Like, what's that place, Gatsby? It's not Whiskey Row. It's like it's right across the street. Wasted Grain.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
In the
They
back.
do comedy
Vortex.
shows now. It
Oh,
opened
really?
the door for other things to happen.
Yeah.
We had Uncle Laser here twice. We had
Yeah.
Johnny Mitchell.
Yeah.
We having Jay Valentino March 21st at Almost Famous. Get your tickets now. The link should be available immediately. We have 2 spics on the flyer, so should sell out quick. Whatever. And we'll have Cash App available too for the people who can't keep checking accounts. So I think with me I was a loud voice that only a few people knew.
Yeah.
And then given the opportunity, I tried to expand as much as I could. And even though I still think I messed up trying to develop relationships that I'm still making now or whatever. But what else? So I'm you should have done Scotts, but I relied on a pandemic for it to happen. Like clubs were like, what do you want to do here? Do you want to do something? We need people here. It was like right place, right time.
Yeah.
Wrong virus. So what else? Tell me, cocky, piece of shit, garbage.
No, you were always cool. Like you were cool.
But people have that perception.
Of you?
Yeah. I think it's just comics that probably don't know me well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I never got that.
Yeah, no. And then like I've had other comics go, damn, I had to like stick up for you the other night. And I go, yeah, I don't care what what those people say,
Yeah,
like
fuck
that are
them.
battling for spot on an open mic on a Tuesday in a place that smells like an old man. You know, like I don't care about those things.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, I have tried to even, I would knowingly know someone didn't like me and book them and try to pay them money. Because to me, it doesn't matter if you don't like me or I don't like you.
Right.
It matters, are you good? Because I was trying to set the precedent of like, but I think what happened in those type of situations where I offered people money to come do shows, they would be like, no, because then it would look like we're cool. Or something like that.
Yeah.
I felt like it was always like an excuse, and I go, that's fine. And just recently I had posted, don't ever act like I never try to do business with you.
Right.
You know, so, but that's the scene. I don't really know the scene too much. We all take a different route in comedy.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different lanes people have, but
Some people are internet, straight to stage.
Yeah.
Some people are open mics to features, to host, to open stage. Some people just, I try to give people this example because I remember when I first started comedy, I don't know how it was for you, and we'll get to that, but it was like, yeah, you'll do open mics for 3 to 5 years, and if you're lucky, you'll host between that time. You'll be a feature about year 7, and you might be able to headline something by, year 8 to 10, right?
yeah.
Someone had told me that. And I'm like, okay.
It's a
But
long
here's my
timeline,
thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm this example, but I'm saying this is an example. There is a guy out there that played really good basketball in high school. He went to a D1 school and did not get drafted. He went to the Euro League, made a name for himself, got signed to the G League. And now, this year, maybe might get a 15-day contract and his ability and an opportunity to play for the pros. Then there's Kobe Bryant. There's different paths and different skill sets. I think the reason I bring Kobe Bryant up is because it's work ethic. For me, that's number one. I don't care if you don't think I'm funny. That's absolutely okay. I don't think comedians really like other comedians for that thing, Yeah. I actually genuinely enjoy comics that I know don't fuck with me, but I like their joke. I can respect the craft.
Right.
And I think that's where this place kind of lacks a little bit, is that everyone doesn't know how to collaborate. I've been telling Gatsby this. Someone had sent me a meme. It's like, yo, the people on the bottom are in competition. The people on the top are collaborating.
Right.
Like that's me. I want more comics to come sit down here. Like I think about people I've had in the beginning. Like I've had, we had Tiana, 500,000, followers on Instagram. I've, not for nothing, and I thank all my guests for coming, but I wanted to build this to a certain spot so that I could bring comics when it would benefit them. Like, boom, now we're at a point where these clips are getting reviewed, they're getting traction, and if I could get you 1 fan or 100, I think it's a win.
Right.
And then to me, like, I don't care that people came to see me and then, yo, Kingsley's my favorite. That's cool to me. I don't find offense to that. I think I like a lot of comics. I think that you could only like one musician, and be like, and then the musician's like, damn, you like Drake too? Everybody loves Drake.
Everybody.
But how'd you get started in comedy? How long you been in it?
Let's see. Comedy started. I've been at it. I actually forgot to post the anniversary. January, I think 29th or 30th was when I did my first show. 2011, so like 13 years or so.
Damn.
I always wanted to. Growing up, I always wanted to be Martin Lawrence, and I was like, God, he was just so fucking hilarious.
The show was iconic.
The show was hilarious.
Characters.
And then his characters, his stand-up. And I was like, all right, I want to be Martin Lawrence when I grow up. So I was like, well, he did stand-up. Let me do stand-up. So I was trying to write my jokes, trying to be like, it's like dope when you're trying to emulate somebody.
Yeah.
But like you try so hard. Like you cannot, especially Martin Lawrence, you can't emulate him. Like I tried to. He's just so.
And that took years to get that way.
Especially him on Def Comedy Jam was just crazy. But it's like you chase him so long, and then like you look back after so many years, and like obviously you didn't get there, but like you've created your own like style and form based off of the chase, you know. So
2011, January, roughly the end of January.
yeah,
so
that's when I
13
first started.
years.
It was like the Comedy Spot. Have you been there? How long have you been doing comedy?
Officially about 5 years.
Well, back in like 20 whatever.
I
started.
remember was it in Scottsdale?
Yeah.
At a bar thing? I think
was-
I used to see people.
It
Yeah.
was like a comedy club though, Scottsdale, or it was the Comedy Spot comedy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about
Something.
where the owner had there was a lot of things about him.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
though
yeah.
the
Yeah,
specifics.
yeah.
Like if you played there, you couldn't play anywhere else.
Yeah.
I would have smacked the
Wow.
living
I
shit
know.
out of him.
So
Insane.
that was yeah.
I would have, yo, dude. Here's the thing,
Yeah,
anyways.
that I don't know how he got away, and I don't even know why anybody else would even agree to that because
Yeah,
like
it's just
one, it's
bad
not
for
even
business.
a giant. Like maybe it feels like 10 p.m. Probably even then I wouldn't. But like it was a small comedy club. You know, I signed up back in August to perform in January, so I had all that time to write my shit and then perform. So like I never like performed it out loud before. I did it in front of my friends in his little hallway. I was so fucking scared. Like I didn't even like. I sat down and I was just reading it line for line. Wasn't animated. I wasn't like.
You were just trying to hit your mark.
Yeah, I was just all monitor. It was just trash, and they were like, "Man, you're not gonna do good."
Here's the thing, like,
But it's the difference for me. It's like I can once I'm on stage, I can like flip the switch and perform. But I couldn't do it.
how could you even plan on being good at something you've never done? You ever see like a kid when they like throw them in the pool and they try to start swimming? And it is sink or swim sometimes.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
bring
yeah.
up swimming because you're black. I
could swim, y'all.
but
allegedly.
actually one of the Olympic swimmers that swam with Michael Phelps did a documentary on swimming in the black community. Very good. I think it's on HBO or Showtime. And he talks about Hurricane Katrina. Anyways, no, it is a good, I forget his name, but it is a good doc and how he takes a lot of his time to teach swimming in neighborhoods that don't have pools. That's the issue, is that these neighborhoods don't have pools. It's not don't know how to swim. These people are the most athletic people in the fucking world. But it's just that, how would I know how to ski in Hawaii?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
True.
it's maybe that may be a boundary, a difficult obstacle to overcome. But yeah, dude, I remember. You want to know how I did it? I did a voice note, and I always ranted
Yeah.
at parties.
Yeah.
Like, you people are out of control. This girl sucks. She's the worst of her kind. I don't care if she's a 10. She's a negative 20 in my book. Like, and I would just go on and on and on and on. And then I was like, all right, what if I just rant? You know, I had signed up. I did New Faces. And I went up there and I think I talked about, I think Instagram stories about how people go like, oh my God, this decision I'm about to make is difficult. Next story. I don't even know how to tell you guys this. Next story. Please, God, help me. I need your help too. Next story. Do I cut my hair short or do I keep it long? Here's another thing, Gatsby. You can make this as a clip. Hey, ladies, when you ask us on Instagram, cut your hair short, keep it long, no one gives a rat's ass about any of that stuff. Are you down to fuck? That's all we care about. Do you fuck more when it's short or more when it's long? And here's the crazy thing, Kingsley. Girls will cut their hair. This was actually part of the joke. I might bring it back. Part of the joke was you'll cut your hair short and you'll enjoy it for 2 days and you'll post it, and women will post comments like, you're brave, like they went to war, you know? and then in 2 days, they're like, oh my God, girl, killing it, short bob, blah, blah, blah. And then in 3 days, they're posting a picture of themselves where they had long hair, going like, I miss it so much. And they keep posting pictures of them with long hair to the point where, like, you don't even look like this woman anymore. Stop posting her. And then now you have your long hair back, and then you post when it was short and it looked good, and you go, but should I do it again? Psychotic people. You can't even say women anymore. The individuals who have vaginas. You know, those, you know, they're from a different
It could
kind.
be either or though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in your world, maybe. I don't know. Me, look, dude.
I'ma stay away
To
from
quote
it.
the great Jeff
No
Dye.
political shit.
There you
To
go.
quote the great Dye, he said, Men and women are not equal because equal means same. And one of my favorite things about a woman is that she's not a dude. You know, it's a great joke. I love that joke. I love Jeff Dye. Shout out to Jeff Dye. Just did Rogan talking about him like I know him. But we will meet one day, sir.
I hung out with him once.
But Gatsby did work with Jeff Dye, yeah?
Yeah, I hung out with him at the Padres.
That's right.
camp.
Nice.
Are you allowed to even put any of that footage up right now?
No.
Or no?
Why not?
Just throw up a little bit of Jeff Dye right here.
You left me on red last time I talked to him.
Left you on red. Hey, he just did Rogan. He's leaving everyone on red.
Yeah, don't blame him. He
famous
follows
now.
nobody,
Too
which is
famous.
this is the funniest thing ever.
I can't wait for that to happen to me.
He
I
follows
just do it
nobody.
now. People hit me up and they go like, dude, I have this really good idea. And I'm like, let me know when you figure it all out. Because I'm not here to help you with your idea. People do that constantly. And, you know, like, I remember one time I asked you to come through for Natalie Cuomo and we did that video.
yeah.
Gats, I'm going to send you the video of Natalie Cuomo. Just put
Oh, yeah,
a
I
picture of,
seen
I think I just hand off the mic to her and she comes down and I dance a little bit in the video, show off something. Actually, you know what's funny? Through that video, some people, well, you can dance. I'm like, it's in slow mo.
Speed it up, and it's just.
It's just like
more of a jig.
It's more of me calling down the hell. Which we will have someone who worships Satan on the pod soon, or maybe not worship Satan, but she is tentative. And then we have another one who's just goth. And we love her actually, and we won't mention her name yet, but I hope to have her on the pod. We're actually thinking of shooting some content where I dress up as a goth, and she dresses up as like non-goth. Yeah, dude, I like Korn, and not even the P version of that. I like Korn, Freak on a Leash. I
was so confused for a second. I was like, wait.
Yeah,
But yeah, Freak on a Leash is great.
yeah, dude. I mean, first of all, everyone likes those are hits.
Yeah.
You could be racist, and you're gonna love Michael Jackson, even if you only like him in the '90s when he was more appealing to you. But no, some people will get it, some people won't. And that's all right. You know, these things go over people's heads. Let me see if I had anything else on the agenda before we get to what I really want to talk about. All right. Why do black comics always have nicknames?
Everybody has a nickname.
Oh, stage name. No, I'm Eric Bernal in real life. And
I mean, I'm Kingsley Mukamara.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying all, and I should have not done that. And I want to tell the people that I will
Racist.
end this podcast on the account of me. Who gives a shit? No, but there are great comics that have nicknames. Earthquake.
But even the last guy, you said Mojo Brooks.
Oh, Mojo.
That's
Brooks.
what made me think about it.
Yeah, because I looked him up and his name is like Dion.
Who are the
something.
guys from Wildin' Out? They all have nicknames, I'm sure.
Conceit. Oh, he's a rapper, so like.
Yeah, that's more of a rap. That's different.
Who else? I haven't
The
seen
one with the tattoo right here?
Oh, DC Young Fly.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not his legal name.
Definitely not.
And what's the one? Carlos?
That's his real. Colin Miller.
But he doesn't go by that, no?
Yeah, he does.
He's good. I like those
I
guys,
think
actually.
it's just Carlos.
I like that they all kind of like are together and they're doing stuff together.
the
See,
whole
that's talking about collaborating. Like
Right.
those dudes, they know they work probably better as a unit, and they're probably gonna do their own things too, and they probably already do. I think DC Young Fly did stand up
He
live.
has like, yeah, and he has like his own show. I think.
Does he? I know he does movies too.
Or I think he hosts for like little the squares.
Very Chris Tucker-ish.
Yeah.
Young Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Vibes. Which I think people probably get at him for, but guess what,
Definitely the
dude?
voice.
People sometimes are similar to other people. It's not necessarily a copycat, unless it was intentional, but only DC Young Fly. Sir, DC Young Fly knows that.
He could pull it off.
I did run into a gentleman, which will then lead me to my next. He was a short black guy, like my height. He looked like 21 Savage, like identical. Which brings me to my next
With the
question.
tattoo?
No, but without it. He looked like, yeah, he was like, I was like, yo, do people tell you? He goes, 21 Savage. I was like, yeah, except you're not from London. But do you think there is a hidden war being fought in the background between tall and short black men?
Definitely.
There is something.
Definitely. And last night I was downtown, and I was just walking through the bar, and this black dude looks up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I don't want to see you around me." I was like, I don't even know him, and I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "You too tall. You stealing all the women." This is like, you just going off. Start laughing, but I think there is like a beef between short and tall.
Animosity.
Yeah.
Because like if you're a short black guy, you got to be like sexy looking guy. You got to be like Bow Wow.
Right, and he wasn't, and I just
Yeah. He was more like too
give him
short.
a little pit on the head, bought him a shot.
That's the most immediate thing.
Like he's not gonna
Hey,
back you down on the court.
You're good.
Yeah. You gave
Like
him the pass.
Fudge pats me on the head a lot. I hate it.
Well,
so
Fudge is also 6'11".
I know. Like I feel like a child.
He is like
That
what's
scared
that
the
X-Men?
shit out of me, actually.
what's that?
No, I was at
Felt short for a second. You're like, I get it now.
yeah. We had
Yeah, me and you have
Casa.
probably the same distance between. No, he's between you and him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm 5'7", 3/4. Actually 5'8". I like to say 3/4 because it just sounds good better. But I'll say 5'8" once I get the surgery. But go ahead. And I get my posture right.
Gotta get the surgery. No, like out of nowhere, like I didn't even see him, but just a big ass hand just came out of the darkness and pushed me. I was like, and I look up and it's fucking Fudge. I was like,
It was like darkness pushed it.
It's a heavy hand too. That's what it is.
Dude.
It's just like you just feel a heavy ass
Fudge
hand.
is from far away is an enigma. Like if you put him in a forest, do you understand? If you put, and we can put Fudge's picture up here. Bigfoot. And Bigfoot is more brown than he is black, but it's dark outside. It's the forest.
same thing.
They see him in Seattle, I think, or something in the Pacific Northwest, where there's also vampires, apparently. A lot of crazy things about that area. We will talk about that on another episode when I bring a conspiracy theorist. She says she's going to be coming on here. She's too busy doing OnlyFans, fingering her butthole. I don't know. But I hope to have you on. She says she listens and watches, so that's
Awesome.
good. But there is a little sign, short, even like when I used to see short basketball players, like they're tough. Like in the NBA, like short
They gotta
basketball
be.
players.
Yeah.
Like Nate Robinson. He's a tough dude. Not when he fought Jake Paul, though.
Oh yeah.
That was rough.
He was a basketball dude. I thought he was.
Ooh, Nate Robinson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basketball.
Nate Robinson, New York Knicks, dunked
Yeah.
over Dwight Howard.
He used to be in the dunk contest every other year.
5'8".
And he fought Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was an MC.
No,
No,
that was the
no, he
second
just
one, and
NBA.
he fought Ben Askren. Ben Askren was a short white dude who wrestled. He was a UFC guy, but he more of a wrestler, not really much a striker.
Hold on.
I like how this is breaking news to you.
I thought he played in the UFC.
No, he's a basketball player fighting a guy who fights. And also YouTube's people dead in a forest in
He is a
Japan.
good boxer, though.
That blew my. I did not know that.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, and it's, let's be honest, I was with some black people seeing that fight. They did not like it.
No.
Because black people usually win.
Yeah, we hate losing. No, honestly, we hate it.
They
We
usually
literally
win.
hate if any black people lose. It's like, ugh.
Run it back.
Do you ever
Yeah.
catch yourself? Who is a white fighter, boxer, or maybe not white? It could be Mexican, whatever. I say Mexican
That I
now,
root
like as a
for?
generalization. By the way, guys, I'm Ecuadorian. Go look it up on a map. Or just any like Tyson Fury, right? He's a different white guy. He's a gypsy dude. He's from Europe and shit. Like people are fans of him, but when he went against
Wilder?
Yeah.
this is a difficult. Do you always go for the black guy?
You have to. If you don't, like, especially, it's just a knock to, like, black people as a whole when we lose to especially a white person, because it just sets us back from, the movement.
Look, I have a
of
guy you need
progression.
to listen to, Jesse Lee Peterson. He will help you with this line of thinking. Amazing. That guy is. Hope you reran that at the beginning of the pod because that was great. He was actually talking to this white woman, and I'll see if I can find the clip for you. Yo, he goes, so why are you poor? He's like, well, I was a single mom, and then now I have a husband, and he works 60 hours a week, and we live on a double wide trailer, and there's holes on the floor. He goes, were the holes there before he arrived? And he goes, yeah. So why did you marry a man that cannot provide for you? He does provide. No, there are holes on the floor. You should be at home with the children, because if you follow I love when he brings up God. He goes, God, Jesus over man, man over woman, woman over the kids, which I believe. Unless you don't, and we'll talk about it. But she goes, and he has a way of interviewing people that he goes, anytime he disrespects you, he goes, yeah, one more thing. One more thing. I just have one more thing to say. He'll say that 10 times, and now it should have ended at 20-minute mark. It's at an hour and 10. And he's like going in. But anyways, he has a different thing. But about that, and it's just interesting seeing people fight against him, especially when he has like white people that represent black people, like basically the black white supremacist or the white black supremacist, and they're like 4 black people, and he's battling a black guy, and about it, it's amazing. Amazing. So when white people fight black people, now
Horrible.
here is, look, we're going to get you on that pod, all right? It's called The Fallen State. Go follow them. No, but, dude, I was binging, and I was crying, laughing. There are reaction videos of people watching it, like black people watching it, and they're just like tears in their eyes from this guy. It's amazing. I'm a new fan. So I'll tell you what. When Izzy versus white dude that just lost, what's his name? Big white dude. Izzy lost against this white guy. What the hell is his name?
Oh, fuck. What was that?
I remember that though.
I literally watch him all the time.
That was his first loss, right?
Yeah, his major loss, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, he said it's bad.
Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I bet online, right? Which we actually do have a new sponsor. MyBookie.com. Promo code is EBC, actually. So I'll send you the graphics, Gatsby, for MyBookie.com. Go ahead and double up your money on. It doesn't matter what state you live in either. We can get you hooked on. All right. For our Texas folk. I put $100 on Strickland because he was plus 550. He wasn't supposed to win. I was up 180. I'll keep 80, whatever. I go to Riot House, located in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Nice.
Everyone's going for Izzy.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever. Even Henry Cejudo is there. Okay? The former champion, UFC champion, former gold medalist, who won in a weight class that the Americans hadn't won in over 100 years. I just follow wrestling. I think he's great. I'm cheering for Sean Strickland because I didn't think he had a chance. I'm cheering. Let's just say the security staff wasn't liking it. And when he won, I cheered because I just won $550. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I won $550.
Right.
So I kind of get what you're saying.
You see?
It was only then. It was good for me. Other than that, whatever. Let everybody win. Dude, Mayweather beat up a lot of Spanish dudes.
As he should.
But I like Mayweather.
Right. But
It would be nice to see a Spanish boy hit him.
when he was up against Conor.
I mean, we knew that wasn't going to happen, but it was a cool.
Yeah.
You want to know why it was cool?
It was mainly because of the race thing.
But you want to know why it was cool? Because he's Irish, right? And he loves black culture. What you call it? The notorious MMA. I think that's his Instagram.
Yeah.
Not that he needs more followers or more money. But
He's all right.
But what I liked about it is that Mayweather is a shit talker. He's a great shit talker. He was not better than Conor shit talking. You want to know why there's a difference there? Mayweather's a way better boxer than Conor McGregor. 100 times better, I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
But when Conor said something to him, in a fight, Conor would beat him up. Like, 100%. I even asked my boys who do UFC, he goes, oh, yeah, boxing is, yeah, Mayweather's going to kill him. UFC, a different thing. He spoke differently because that was a weird dynamic of like this guy who fights, this guy's undefeated, a lot of money. You're about to, and Mayweather, what he had was like, I'm about to triple your net worth,
Right.
as a favor for you.
I think that's why I think for promotion, Conor had to be the one to talk more shit because he has to do more work because this is an easy win for Mayweather. He doesn't want to do the promotion and set up like it's all.
There was a monkey reference, and I don't know. He did clear it up. I don't know what was said, but when the Irish talk, they almost sound like they're always drunk. You know, I don't know what they say, but I love their women. As another guys, as you know, I do love as well as athletic black men. I do love very pale women, and if you're around and you believe in someone, give me a call. But I think people in the fighting world, that's on purpose to get people to buy the thing.
Sell the show.
You know, it is weird, like, because like even like when it comes to voting, Spanish and black people, like they'll go to a place. You're like, what? What do you mean Trump got double the black vote on the second time around from men? Why do you think that is? You think they just don't fuck with Biden because of the crime bill from the 90s?
I think it was like when
he told
Biden
Charlemagne
first got on, he was like, I don't know. He was
loved by the black people.
Yeah, at first, right? Because he was with Barack, you know.
No. Oh, Biden. All right, I'm talking about Trump. Trump was loved by black people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, before
in rap and references.
Yeah. Because like, I mean, like we're just going off the,
Yeah.
the image of him. We didn't know how like.
Yeah, we didn't know that he was our savior.
I was gonna say racist, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
There are a lot for the black people. That is a hard argument.
He's getting my vote
because
again.
Is it him or was it the So that's that is where. So I always wondered like why, because I had to look up the facts. People tell me stuff and I got to go look it up. Then, but it was double the men. I don't know. I didn't know about the black women, but I know double because black men who typically they're more conservative. They're about their family.
Yeah.
They're about small business. They're about that stuff. They want, a lot of black owners of businesses would like a tax cut, things like that. But I think sometimes we're subject to our area, and we only know how we're taught. Like when I travel the country, dude, and shout out to Tim Dillon right here. We have him right there. I don't know if we could see the poster, but when we did Minnesota, we got to talk to people. Or when we did Grand Rapids, Michigan is a fighting state. Like, you don't know who they're going to vote for. It's because everyone's generally in the United States down the middle, and they go like this. Mm-hmm. And they're more open to a new idea. They're like, but like L.A., New York, Texas, kind of set on what they like and what they don't like and stuff. But I always thought that was interesting because you see more black conservatives now, like Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. She's dope.
She is dope.
I like her.
All right, we have that on record. Can we put that on?
I didn't at first, but then
she be having some valid points.
She has she has her.
She has some valid points.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
she because she is for. Her kids are black too. They're half white, half black.
Mm-hmm. Her kids are black.
Well, yeah, her kids are. Well, sometimes people don't say black; they say mixed, or they say half. And she goes, "No, my kids aren't just black; they are both. They are both white and black. They're both." Yeah. But if you talk to Dr. Umar Johnson, he may have a different tune. I love Dr. Umar Johnson.
I love him
Me too.
Dude, if he went to Scottsdale and saw you black people with these snow bunnies, Dr. Umar Johnson will have something to say.
Leave your Caucasian wife at home. Leave your Caucasian wife. That had me dead. The fact that he repeats it is what kills me.
Dr. Umar Johnson is one of the best voices.
He is.
Here's the thing. I love people that really don't even agree with each other. I like Candace. I love Dr. Umar Johnson. I like Jesse Lee Peterson for all different reasons. And now people are going to be thinking, do you just like black people that are just controversial? That's why I like rap. Okay? That's why I like rap.
I love Kanye.
I love Kanye. Who's bigger than Kanye? I don't care, dude. I think that's my own personal thing. We won't get there. I think, yeah.
them all
When
worked up.
Kanye wore "White Lives Matter," that was hilarious. I think of things
That's
like
so fucking
I think of
funny.
things like a joke. That's why I think Trump is hilarious. You watch Trump on a speech, and when whether he's debating or he's on a speech, it's stand up.
Yeah.
Dude, I once seen him. I'm not lying because somebody's like, "Oh, you should watch this one." Blah blah blah. He's trying to get content.
Yeah.
Dude had a glass of water right next to him, and he went 1 hour and 40 without sipping the water.
He did 1 hour 40.
Off the top. He did an hour. He did a Chappelle set,
He did a set.
and then he sold merch after the show. Donald Trump, man.
He was a comedian.
I mean, if there's anything,
He
Andrew
is.
Schultz does touch it on his infamous special. He goes, "You gotta. I don't give a damn whether you agree with it or not. You gotta love a guy who sells merch.
That's
Like
facts.
the dude sells merch, and he goes, fuck China. It's from China.
Fucking
You know what I
Trump.
mean?
Ever since Biden fell off that bike,
Dude,
that's when I knew. I was like,
I don't
"Ooh,
know
Trump."
what's gonna like. Can you imagine just like they're prolonging his life? They're giving him all these, whatever.
I think is it like a body double. The masks.
Dude,
I
For
have
a weekend at burning him.
no. I have my algorithms on Twitter or X, whatever. It's just conspiracy theories, and
I love conspiracy
yeah,
theories.
it's just like they.
Do
were
you
just
have one that you
showing-
like a lot that you've done a lot of research on?
Dude, I believe.
Let's go.
I love to entertain the flat Earth theory.
I love it
I
too.
believe.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I
Dude, when you're on a plane,
yeah.
It almost,
Shouldn't
it
you
makes
be
so
able to
much
see the
sense.
curvature?
I'm looking out. I'm like, it's flat.
yo,
It's just flat.
look, you heard it here first. Kingsley Amukamura.
Right.
The Earth is flat.
And-
no, I'll entertain it. Have you watched the YouTube special? I think it's called Sphere or
I don't know.
anyways, go watch. I'm telling you,
But the firmament, like with the
Antarctica
rockets-
being the ice block, the walls.
yeah,
Yeah.
Antarctica's the ice wall.
Yeah.
There's a firmament that covers
Even like
the
the
waters above and
when
below.
the airplanes travel, the routes don't make sense.
Yeah, because they gotta. Yeah, I noticed that too. Because the map that we know isn't the real map. Because, like, to get to Africa, you gotta from New York, you gotta go up to, up to Paris and then down to Africa. But why not
Just go
just
straight.
go
Yeah.
straight? But
Yeah,
you
they
can't.
say the water isn't like
Also-
to scale. It's like nothing. We know nothing
Yeah,
about the water.
yeah.
So
in
here's
between.
another thing. I don't know if you've heard this. So if the Earth is, if the Earth is like this round, let's say this is just the upper
Quarter of
hemisphere,
it, yeah,
northern
yeah.
hemisphere. When you fly, you're flying like this. The wing should be pointed at the land. The other wing should be pointed here. If you're like this, do you understand?
Yeah, because why not? Yeah, why not?
If you're flying, do you understand? If it were a sphere and you're flying, wouldn't you be like this then?
That's so true.
Like tilted.
Yeah.
Like instead of straight. Like if you're straight, then you're not going to be going the right direction.
and also the sun and the moon.
There we go.
It's
we go.
The moon's fake.
The moon's fake. The sun isn't 92 fucking million miles away. The sun is like right there.
Oh, we gotta fly.
Like the
that.
moon.
let's go.
The moon is right there. And then they're spinning, and they're not going around. They're just They are going around the Earth, but not like.
How-
but not the
around.
way that we think of it
yeah.
as.
How interesting that the moon doesn't rotate.
Right. We're seeing the same
Side of the
side
moon.
of the
We
moon
never see the other side
for
of the moon.
years, and the same stars because they say we're traveling at a certain amount of
We're
speed.
basically just going like this, and that's what
Yeah.
we're going all these miles an hour
Yeah.
and all that.
And we've never been.
You ever
to
see when they
space.
shoot things into the like
The
to
firmament?
space, and it looks like it crashed into water?
Yeah, the firmament because they shoot missiles trying to
Don't
break
they
through.
talk about? There's a diagram. I'm gonna have to pump in a Zen, guys. This next segment, conspiracy theories and schizophrenia, presented by Zen. Zen, I'm a 6 milligrammer and
I thought that was a Coke bag.
You're like, for real?
Which
Did you know that I could see you?
I am 100. By the time this comes out, I'm at 140 days sober of alcohol, women, and no, just alcohol right now. 140 days sober. We're down, I think, 40-something pounds. I haven't weighed myself yet, but we'll get the update. Let's just put the last. I know. We'll just put 137 here. We're at 137 pounds. Pretty sure I'm lighter than that, but we'll get. We're trending. Once I hit under 200, we're gonna throw a big party.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna party like it's 1999.
And
but
get that
my
weight
weight's
back
199.
Oh, okay. See what you did there.
See what we did?
There we go.
You know, we didn't just bring you on because of Black History Month, but it didn't hurt. You know what I mean?
Affirmative action.
Yeah. Affirmative action, which is hurting my Korean cousins, so I just want to let you know how they feel about it. It is crazy, though, with affirmative action that the Asians were the ones to have it appealed in Harvard.
Yeah.
Because I get it. If I was Asian, I got to think of I'm black, I'm Asian, I'm white, I'm gay, I'm a lot of those things. If I have Korean kids and they go to Harvard and people, I don't care what color they are, got worse grades than them, to get in, but my kid doesn't get it because they can't drive, I don't like that. I mean, who loves Asians more than black people too? Dude, when
I have a love-hate
when Bruce Lee came out,
It's a love-hate
Like
relationship.
Well, yeah.
speaking, or
yeah, when you guys were knocking them out unconscious and shit on the street, yeah, but they were like BLM, but also stop Asian hate, roundhouse kick, fried chicken. I don't know. Again, it's a comedy podcast for all those who don't know.
Yeah, I love Asians.
I always tell people, of course, black people love Asians, man. That's why they play basketball there all the time.
Yeah.
Asians love black people.
Right? The cover style?
Fudge was there. Yo, I'll tell you something about Asians. Mostly the Japanese. And I've said this before. They can take culture and really do their best with it.
Oh, yeah.
Breakdancing,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
okay? Breakdancing. Baseball. They're one of the best in the world. The number one player in the whole world. Contract $700 million.
Oh, yeah.
Is Japanese.
It's a Jap.
Japanese. He's a Jap. Some would say, the beautiful and wonderful Miss Pat, she said that she had to take a term out of her daily thing because her mom used to say, "Don't make me Jap slap you." And she didn't know that
That's
it was
wildly
referring
inappropriate.
to Japanese.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, it's just something that we said in the hood."
Jap
Because
slap.
Kung Fu was big. You have to understand, like, Bruce Lee broke out in
yeah.
1972,
True,
1973 with the Chinese Connection. And Joey Diaz has a very funny take on it. I'll say it without saying it. He used to say, before that movie came out, Chinese people were very docile, quiet. You could run them over, and they'd be like, "I'm sorry." Because after that movie, it gave them balls. And they would be like,
We ain't
"What?
taking no more shit.
Don't be
from
calling me no yellow N-word." They used to call them that in New York City, yellow N-words. Black people.
Yeah.
We used to call Chinese people yellow N-words. Oh, what a time to live. Sad that we weren't there to see it. But,
The original Asian is a black guy.
of course, everything is black. Let me tell you something about black people. I love
Black
them to
history
death.
facts.
I live with
Black
I live
facts.
with one of the biggest blacks in Arizona. 6'11", 300 and whatever pounds. I won't put that information out. But Fudge, me and Fudge, the way we talk back and forth with each other, if you didn't know us, you would think it's hate speech or whatever. But understand who has the leverage here. I'm Joe Pesci going, "Fuck you, you motherfucker." And he's Kazam. He is Sinbad. He is protecting the white child. I think, right? He did that movie, right? Sinbad, he protected some white kid. He's the president's son.
Yeah.
First kid?
First kid or something like that.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Sinbad,
the
amazing.
first scene that came to my mind was he was in the dressing room changing and his ass came out when he was.
Oh, I remember when he got shot. Not that he saved the kid's life.
All he remembers is the black guy getting shot.
Yeah.
It was a pivotal part of the movie. He saved the kid's life. He was heroic, that black man. But he did get shot. But it wasn't by another black guy. It was actually by some white guy. Which,
Of course.
Go figure.
Go figure. We won't get to into the statistics right now.
You know, and I think that's Hollywood does that on purpose.
But Sinbad is like, he kind of looks like.
No, listen. One
Moroccan.
gripe that I had was when they redid the Power Rangers movie. Originally, the black guy was the Black Ranger.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense. Yellow
This
Ranger.
climate, he should have stayed the Black Ranger because it's like, okay, like more black people would be, okay, it's empowering now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Black Panther.
But
Taking it
they.
back.
What do you just call Panther?
No. But the Black Ranger, the black guy, they made him the Blue Ranger.
Oh, the nerd, the one that killed himself, actually, Billy.
And he was
Rest in
gay.
peace.
They made him gay?
No, in real life,
Oh.
the original Blue Ranger was gay. So,
Oh.
And you know black people don't like gay
right,
people.
It
to
was like a
emasculate the black person, the black man.
Dr. Umar Johnson has a lot to say
yep,
about this.
They made the black guy the Blue Ranger to symbolism thing.
Or
Okay.
a Crip thing. We don't know yet. He could have been affiliated. Which leads you to my next thing I want to talk to you about. The gay, good-looking black man is the hardest person to argue with. Because not only is he probably strong, we're just going to go ahead and maybe.
Yeah.
He's strong, he's fast. He snaps like nobody. He could start a fire with his snap. The gay, good-looking black guy.
Right.
I think that is the king gay. Now I don't
Top
know if
tier.
blacks would like to accept that, but it is. There is you can't. There's a guy I used to work with in the Bronx in Co-op City in a furniture store. His name was Grant. If you're out there, Grant, great. He cried when Michael Jackson died. Whatever.
I cried with Michael Jackson.
I was distraught. I bought every album. I did history on him. I found out that Michael Jackson sang in Spanish because of Quincy Jones was banging some Latina chick and she barely spoke English. She goes, make him sing en español. You know, that's a horrible
Have
Spanish
you heard his
accent.
real voice?
Huh?
Michael Jackson's real
Oh,
voice.
that it's a deep voice?
Yeah. He recorded it on a video game. It was like a fighting game, and they used
Michael Jackson did have a fighting game.
Yeah. So they allowed
did it all.
Michael to do his real voice on that one.
That's dope.
I think only the kids really got to hear that. But
I was gonna be like, yeah, wait a minute.
You're like, yeah. Oh. No, that
you know,
ain't right.
Wait a
Chappelle
You ain't
and
shit.
Cat Williams have the best Michael Jackson jokes. Also, I saw Chris Tucker last year. He had some stories because he got to meet him and stuff,
Right.
and hang out with him. Cat has the opposing argument that, of course,
He's
you know,
famous.
whatever. And if you want to go see Pimp Chronicles, go ahead and watch it. If you haven't watched it,
Classic.
you're missing out. Probably one of, it's one of, I think, every comic's favorite
Yeah.
specials. Chappelle has another take on it. He goes, the man was robbed of his innocence. He was a kid. I mean, anyone who has a kid, you have a kid, and we're going to get to that too. Imagine a child at the age of 5 just practicing dance moves, singing. By the age of 12, was best friends with grown-ups.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People tugging at him. Him going through this acne phase where everyone was calling him ugly, to that him having this misconception of himself. He said, Chappelle says, if he were to touch children, that would make him almost normal. For the fact that he's not normal, he believes that, whatever, that he didn't do it. But brings me to this. Kingsley, you're a father. How does it feel being a dad?
It's fucking amazing.
How old is she?
5.
5. What's
5
her
years
name?
old.
Oh, you don't have to say her name, but how is she? Is she like you?
Yeah. I mean, I like to think so.
Is she funny?
She tries to be.
Girls are better at kids.
Right.
Boys are rambunctious. They'll tear
I
shit
still
apart.
I want some boys though.
Yeah.
I want to have like 3 more.
3 more? With the same woman, or were you thinking several women?
Different. Probably
Yeah.
several.
Because I once knew a black guy who had an
variety,
Asian
right?
kid.
I wanna
I
see a
swear to
variety.
you, I went to school with a guy. He now has an Asian kid, half Asian, half black, half Dominican, half black, which is just 3 parts black, and then white.
Ain't that the coolest thing though? You don't want to have the same kid with the same girl and then they all look alike.
You know,
One like
Dr.
a
Umar
United Nations.
Johnson
Yeah,
may
yeah.
have something to say about that too. So, how's dad life? How's that changed comedy? Is
Yeah.
she part of your bits? Do you have anything?
Yeah, I made her part of my my bits. Dad life is awesome. Like you learn a lot of awesome things about being a dad.
Do you reflect being? I'm not a dad, but
You're not a dad?
do you reflect on things your parents said that make sense now, or anything like that? A lot of people do reflection. Then again, I don't know if you were an orphan or anything like that.
Nah, I mean, discipline. I guess I don't.
It's dad love. Dad love is discipline.
Yeah. Because I used to get spanked with like everything, and I started to do that with her, but then I'm like, let me break the cycle.
Yeah.
I just do stern yellings.
Because I think sometimes, I think both work, to be honest. I think some, Chris Stefano shares a story of he called his mom a bitch when he was 16. And his father and mom, they were divorced by the time he was 9 months old.
Yeah.
But his father was very much involved in his life, went to all his basketball games. He played Division III, has an all-time scoring. He was actually supposed to be D1, but he got into trouble in high school. And 3 of the players that he played with in Archbishop Malloy went to the NBA. Anyways, called his mom a bitch. Dad came through, something along the lines of, do you want to grab a beer? He told Chris, and he goes, no, I'm 16. He goes, no, you're a man. You want to grab a beer? Punched him. Dead in his mouth. He collapsed into the wall, and his dad hugged him. He said, I don't ever want to do that again, but I had to do it. You understand, right? Don't ever call your mom a bitch again. Do you want to get pizza?
Never did that again.
Do you want to get pizza?
Get pizza.
Very New York thing. So I think it's different, obviously, with boys and their father, too. But
Yeah.
that is cool, man. If you could do it without hitting, great. I mean, obviously, people take spanking and hitting as 2 different things.
Yeah.
If you slap someone's hand down, hey, don't touch that.
Right.
Different. I'm not saying you're Mayweathering her,
Right.
no,
I
kidney
used
punches.
I used to discipline like any little thing she would do, like just to correct it. I would do this. I would like spank her, but then I was like,
Because that's what you were taught.
Right. So I was like, let me tone it down. And if there's something like she did that was like, okay,
That's growth.
deserving, yeah,
That's growth.
then spanking will be.
Yeah, my friend said that his daughter almost ran out into traffic. Like, he says, dude, you look away for 1 second and they could be gone. Like, they'll run and they're fast.
Yeah.
And, so he said that he had to run. He grabbed her by her neck because all he could grab was her shirt.
Yeah.
And yanked her back. And he, like, tossed her, out of instinct.
Right.
And then he fell back, too, just to, like, avoid the car. And he goes, yeah, she'll have trauma from that, but she's alive. I used to, think that, blaming your parents for a lot of things was the way to go. And then I heard on Whitney Cummings, she said something kind of profound. She says, what if I told you your parents' only responsibility was to keep you alive? Everything else is truly up to you once you become an adult and you use those things. Typically, kids who go through some type of, obstacles are stronger.
Yeah.
Rich kids are weak.
Definitely.
Go see what happens when someone tells them no for the first time. They're erratic.
Crazy.
They don't know what to do. We see
Never
it
seen that
Scottsdale all the time.
What?
What do you mean I cannot wear flip-flops at night into the club? But that's cool, man. So you're enjoying father life. Are you part of the bird? So you and the mom not together, but you guys are cool?
Yeah, we're cool. Cool co-parents. Yeah, it was one of those one night things.
Yeah.
That happened.
But it sparked something cool.
Yeah.
Because you made a little bit of you.
Made a little twin.
Damn, man. I want a kid so bad, dude.
You should.
Because I want to, be part of strengthening women into single motherhood.
Women empowerment.
Clip it. No. I mean, idealistically, I would love to be with the mom, idealistically. But if it's not like that, I would still like to be there. Because I remember what it was to go to do sports.
Yeah.
Look at the benches, the bleachers, and go, oh, no one's here. I remember my mom, she worked a lot, single, 5 kids. And I remember it was like your parents could bring you lunch, so you didn't have to get school lunch.
School lunch, yeah.
Even though school lunch was dope, I was there. Everybody got Burger King and stuff. Like, that's big, you know, when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yo, all of a sudden, this little woman, 5 foot tall, if that, walks in with McDonald's. Not just one Happy Meal, too, because she didn't know what I wanted. I ate them all. That was like, think about it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Those are the things I remember. I don't remember her really being mean to me, disciplining me, or anything like that. Like, yeah, she was tired. What I think about sometimes about being a father one day, especially when I had a 9 to 5, is the times my mom would stay up with me while I was sick and still go to work at 5, 6 a.m.
Jeez.
Like, that made me like tear up one time when I was so sick. I was like, I wish I just had my mom. And then I was like, Dad, I got to go to work tomorrow. And I'm like, how the hell did she do this? I called. I just sent my mom money. You know what I mean? Thank you for, Super Bowl for winning. Got some bets in. I blessed everyone, sent some money to everyone. My sister, my mom, my brother. And, those are like Hall of Fame things. Like when people go like, no, you can't, like, I want to be there all the time. Your kid's not going to want you to be there all the time.
Right.
You want space where they tell you about their day, articulating, because you're both learning how to do this thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm new at this.
First-timers.
I didn't even like apply for the job, but I'm pretty sure I got what it takes.
No resume, no nothing.
So your next kid will be Chinese. So that's, which is good because they're coming. They're developing more flus as the day
Need
goes
a
on.
parlay.
Yeah. And, that one will get into school no matter what.
Yeah, right?
Whether being black or Chinese.
One way or another.
My Korean cousins,
Athletics
and I
or
do have Korean
academics?
cousins. My Korean cousins, I don't know if they applied as Korean or they applied as Latina, but probably smarter to go Latino route. Because
For college?
Yeah, so the 3 girls, if I'm correct, one went to Binghamton, the other one went to FIT, Fast Institute of Technology in New York City, the other one went to MIT, the #1 technical school in the world.
Yeah.
Works for Snapchat. Shout out to you. I won't say your name because I respect you, but I'm a big fan of her and what she does. And because of her, I bought Snapchat at $6 and as a stock, and that's doing well. But she did not give me that advice. I just was like, it's like, my brother got a job at JetBlue. I think, which I do have JetBlue stock, also doing very well. And
Gave
Uber.
up on the stocks, man.
I don't want to give out. And I'm not a financial expert. I did work at the bank, but
these are stock tips.
I was a janitor.
Follow his lead.
Yeah, no. They've been doing great for me. I can't say they don't accept Cash App, but nonetheless, Super Bowl weekend with Kingsley Amukamara. Who did you meet?
Doozy.
Run through the list.
Man, oh man.
Run through the list and we'll dissect it. Who did you meet
There
at
was
the Super Bowl?
Literally everybody. I've seen Funny Marco. I've seen Kim Kardashian, Khloe, Odell Beckham, Justin Bieber. I saw Tony Romo, which, a funny story, I didn't even know. I knew the name, but I never knew what he looked like. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know what sport he played.
I knew a girl that looked like him. Anyways. Yeah.
He's a beast. He's huge.
Yeah,
His
but
hands
just
are-
the face. That's it.
Oh. Tisha Campbell from Martin.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
A bunch of football players who I don't know. There was more. Hannibal Buress.
Oh, awesome.
The guy from podcast $1 Million Worth of Game. The bald one. Gilly the Kid.
Oh, he's dope.
Oh, yeah.
French Montana. Travis Scott. Sweetie. E40.
Sweetie looked hot.
Yeah. Who else?
And we'll put these pictures up
There was a bunch.
as they go. I do want to talk about one interaction.
Yeah.
You met Justin Bieber. What was that like? Gatsby, run the clip.
Sure, man. Hey, man, I've been a fan since one time. Since I heard you on the radio, lit. You was
fucking dream come true, man.
You fanned out.
I did. I mean, like, it was so fast. Like, there was no time to be like, to chop it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So I was just like, this is one shot. I was like, dude, but I just had it. I was like, dude, I was a fan since one time when that song first came out on the radio.
You did say that in the video.
Yeah. I was like, because first off, I thought he was black when I first heard the song, but I was like, oh, it's this white kid. But I was a believer since.
Yeah, no, he's dope. Very talented guy.
Very talented.
And you have a picture with him, too.
Got a picture with him.
We'll put that up right now.
But yeah, that whole thing. So I want to talk, like, getting into that party, which is the Fanatics party, right? Me and my cousin, we're not even invited to these parties, right?
But your cousin is also first round, second round draft pick of the New York Giants.
First round, but it's
Prince
not
of
like
Mukamura?
It's not like he could just go up to the security guard and be like, "Hey, I'm Prince of
Also,
Mukamura."
big fan of your cousin. If you could tell him that for me, I do like him a lot.
Will do.
Ohio State, yes?
No,
No.
Nebraska. Huskers.
Nebraska, that's
Yeah.
right. Nebraska.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not even invited to these parties. So we go there hoping we could meet somebody that we know that we could just tag along with.
Also,
Toko
you look
in.
famous too. You have a famous
And
look to you.
It helps. It helped out so well too. I don't see it, but other people think that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm just like, whatever.
I get him because I look like the help. Yeah.
So like we're sitting out there and it's like security super tight, and we're like, damn, how are we gonna get in? We were like keeping an eye out. We know my cousin knows Kim Kardashian's bodyguard, and we were talking with him.
That is
for
the
a minute.
blackest thing I ever heard in my life.
So we jokingly were like, hey, when Kim comes, we're just gonna, we're gonna be the last ones in the group to come behind you. And he's laughing like he didn't say yeah and he didn't say no. So my job was to keep an eye on him. My cousin was gonna look for somebody else. So I'm looking at him. He turns the corner. I was like, hey, he turned the corner. I turned the corner. He's gone. I was like, fuck. We go back. We're waiting. This random dude comes up to us. He was like, hey, you guys trying to get into the party? And we're like, yeah. He's like, I can get you both in for $500 each. And I was like, how are you going to get us in? He zips down this little thing. He pulls out a little lanyard with a pass that just has some random black dude on. And he gives it.
And as we know,
Right. All black people.
look alike. I mean, you said it, brother. You said it, brother.
But I'm looking. I'm like,
That's a clip.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, this shit ain't gonna work. I'm not paying $500 for this.
That's crazy,
He
yeah.
was like, it will work. Trust me. He's like, he gave it to Prince. He was like, Prince, you gonna hold? He didn't know his name, but he gave it to Prince. He was like, you're gonna get him in. Like, I'm the talent or whatever, and I'm gonna walk you guys in. I was like, we're not doing that. I was like, that shit ain't working. He left, right?
It sounded like a scam, yeah.
It did sound like a scam. So I was like,
Was
fuck.
he black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Nigerian?
And so we'll call this guy. We'll just call this guy Jeff. Right? Just
Black guy named Jeff?
black guy named Jeff.
Okay.
Keep
I was going
him-
more
keep him
towards
in mind.
Tyrone or...
You can call him Tyrone, whatever. Right?
No, I like Jeff.
Let's
we'll
keep
go
it
with Jeff.
Right? So 30 minutes go by. We don't see anybody. The dude comes back. And he was like, man, you guys have been trying to get in. Let me get you guys in, this and that. I was like, you know what? Let me entertain the idea. I was like, Prince, you keep looking. I'm just going to go see if I can get in. Because if I get in, then Prince can get in easy through whoever. Right? We are walking up to the side of the, there's like the line to get, like there's people crowding in and there's like a line where the main entrance where people, all the celebrities are going in. Mm-hmm. So we're walking around kind of inside the hotel. And at the same time, then Prince started following me, right? So at the same time we're walking, Sierra and Russell Wilson pull up. And I guess they play together or whatever. So Prince was like, oh, what up, Russ, whatever, yada, yada, yada. They say what up. They shake hands. I'm like, Prince, this is our chance. Let's follow these guys. So we follow behind Russell Wilson and Sierra to get in. They open the side of the little booth. We all sneak in through the back. So we're in, right?
Like Mexicans.
Right, but we're not inside yet, right? So now we're in. There's an elevator. It can only hold so many people. It's just, and then Russell and all them get in, and then we're kind of like the last few people out. Russell saved. I love this guy, dude. He was so fucking humble.
I'm a fan,
Right.
bigger fan now.
Seriously, me too. He was like, no. He's like, oh, no. Get these two in. Me and Prince. He was like, I want them in. And we're all like, Prince, go. I was like, get in. So we get in the hotel, or not the hotel. We get in the elevator. it's quiet. I'm just like, I'm in an elevator with Sierra, Russell Wilson, some random security guards or whatever. I was like, just be quiet. Don't say shit to fuck it up. Just stay quiet. Don't even look them in the eyes.
Don't say you do comedy.
Don't say I do comedy. Don't say, don't say shit.
Boy, do we like telling people.
Man, I was like, let's just get in this fucking party, right? So we get out the elevator, and we're walking, and that's where if you like watch my highlights, you could see where I'm kind of like filming, and I was like, dude, we got in, but there was a second level of security.
Oh my God.
So I was like, fuck, I thought we were in, but we weren't in.
Is the Vatican?
Right,
Damn.
seriously, right? So we get to the second point, and they all get checked in, and then Russell was like, hey, these two aren't on the list, but they're with me. And the girl was like, oh, well, they're not coming in. They're not on the list. We can't let them in.
Love
and
it.
then Russell was like, no, I insist. Like, I'm not leaving. I was like, I want these two in.
Ooh,
and I'm just standing
Sierra
there. I was
right
like,
there.
yeah, right? And they're all just standing there, and like, damn. I was like, I felt bad.
That's when you gotta
like,
act. No, you gotta act like, come on, man.
Yeah. I know.
this
I was
thing
just
going.
keeping quiet, but I was just like, oh, hey, sorry for the hassle. Like we were causing this burden, right? So we're not moving, and the girl's just like, oh, she goes back. She's on the walkie-talkie. 5 minutes go by, she comes back. She's like, okay, we can get him on the list. We give him our IDs. And then Russell and Sierra leave, and they're like, hey, they told his security, they're like, hey, wait and stay here and wait for these two to get in. So he waits for us, right? We finally go in, and like we see the long hallway, the red carpet, the flashes. I was like, dude, this is it. Like, we made it. Like, and I'm just snapping. I was like,
You should have had a GoPro
We-
or like glasses with a video
I
camera.
should have, man. I should have dude, I should have. But
Can't wait to be famous.
seriously, and it felt like we were like celebrities. Like, it was the
And then you just
craziest-
act the part.
Yeah, no, like you go in and like, I like you could have went behind the cameras, but I was like, no, Prince, take the fucking. He didn't want to do it because like he likes to stay low key. So I was like, no, take the pictures, go through the red carpet, tell him who you are, blah blah blah. We took the pictures. We saw Funny Marco again. We like he remembered us from the night before, which was dope, right? And then one of the guys who worked downstairs for Jeff was on the phone. He was like, hey, do you have the money? And I was like, what money are you talking? He's like, here, just get on the phone. I'm on the phone. I was like, hello? He was like, hey, it's Jeff. He was like, hey, where's my money? I was like, you did not get us in. I was like, Russell Wilson literally dragged us in. I was like, I'm not paying you. You didn't bring us in. I was like, because there was another Asian dude that was trying to pay the $500 to get in too. And I was like, the other Asian dude didn't even make it on the elevator. I don't even know where he's at, like if he made it in or not. So I was like, but find him for the money.
He's at Harris.
Right. I don't know where the fuck he's at. Right. And I just gave him the phone and just brushed him off. So we finally go in, and like we're in like the main general area of the party, and it's like celebrities like everywhere. And we see Kim's security guard. I was like, we were like, where the fuck were you at the whole time, man? So anyways, and then like you see Kim, Chloe, you see Odell, you see Justin Bieber. All of them are up there, but he can only get one person in. So I was like, Prince, you go up there.
Yeah, of course.
Enjoy your time. I'm gonna find my own way up, right? So he's up there, and I'm seeing him. He's just enjoying the time. I was like, damn, that's so fucking lucky. Just like Kim Kardashian, Lala, fucking Sierra,
Ooh, Lala
Russell, all of
Anthony?
them. Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's a scene
Kendall.
of her in Power.
Jeez.
I don't even watch Power, just that scene.
Right? So I'm in there chilling.
But if 50 Cent asks, I do watch Power. But go ahead.
Out of nowhere, Jeff pulls up.
Dang.
And I'm like, how the
guy
fuck
done
did
quit.
this guy get in?
Yo.
How did he pass through all that fucking security?
Fuck is this guy?
And he comes up and he's mad. He's causing a scene. He's like, where the fuck is my money? Blah, blah, blah. Where the fuck? Stop
my
playing with me.
God.
And I was like, dude, it takes a lot to get me mad, but I didn't get mad, but
Stern.
I was damn near close. I was like, oh, calm the fuck down. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, you didn't get me in. I was like, Russell pulled us in. Talk to your man. He saw the whole thing, right? And he talked to him. He was like, hey, he did. But he was like, nah. He was like, bullshit. I got you. I let you through that door, through the elevator. I didn't have to do that. I was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Russell got me in. I was like, I didn't pay him. He had this bottle. He was holding this bottle of Kevin Hart's thing, Gran Cormino. Like he's about to like swing it on me. I was just like,
You ain't doing
I was
that.
like, you ain't finna do that here.
Yeah.
But he was getting so fucking mad. I was just like, look, I ain't got no money. I was like, I got $100 in my pocket. I was like, you want that? I was like, you go get because I didn't think he'd be able to get up there to the little VIP area where Prince was and the Kardashians. I was like, go get it from him. I was like, he up there somewhere. He's like, no, follow me. We going up there. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get up there.
Yeah, well, then,
Blessing in
Yeah,
disguise.
right?
yeah.
So we walked to the other side. We tried to get in. There was like, no. We walked back to the other way, and they were like, no, right? So then this is how, I don't know how he did it. This is why he was carrying that bottle, right?
Yeah.
He goes to French Montana, and he looks up. He's like, hey, French, do you want a bottle? He's like, I could serve you a bottle. And he's like, yeah. So he goes to the security guard. And he's like, hey, I got a bottle here for French Montana. And he points at French Montana. French Montana gives him the thumbs up. Dude lets him in. And he doesn't let me in, though.
Yeah.
He's like, I only can get one in. So he goes in. And I'm watching. I was like, oh, shit. He's going to start a scene.
I would have dipped.
Right?
Oh.
Mike, Prince, Russell, Sierra, Kim, Odell.
Jeez.
Dude goes up. Where the fuck is my money? What the fuck? I'm like, oh my God. I just see the hand motions.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is he doing, man? You ruining everything. Kim's security quickly grabs him as though, yo, you got to go, right? Escorts him out. And then it was like a sigh of relief. We were like, fuck, man, it's over, right? So then I pulled the same move, right, to get up there. Yeah. So I had the guy tap Russell, and I was like, yo. And then I was just like giving him a thumbs up, and he didn't know like what it meant, but he gave me the thumbs up. And I was like, hey, man, I was like, I'm with Russell, and he saw Russell give the thumbs up, so then he just let me in.
Bro.
And then that's where I met Justin Bieber. That's where I met Odell. All of them, and it was just like, we just had the best night ever.
Dude.
Besides that little hiccup.
And Gats, if you go to his Instagram, he has a story dedicated.
Yeah, the highlight.
A saved highlight
Yeah.
of just the whole thing.
The whole thing.
I mean, guys, if you're gonna follow him for just that. That was like M. Night Shyamalan. It was fucking Scorsese.
But here's the plot twist. If you go back, right? Because after the event ended, we go down the elevator. And we're going, instead of going down with Russell, we're going down with Kevin Hart. And that's where that whole roast thing happens, because he remembered us from last year, because we snuck in last year. Shouts out to Odell Beckham for sneaking us in last year. But he remembered us from last year. And we was just doing the whole shit talking thing. Getting out of the elevator, leaving kind of the hotel, like I'm snapping. And you could see the snap. And if you pause it at the right point, Jeff changes outfits. He's in a white hoodie, mask on, hoodie on, and following us.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
I'm lit. I'm drunk. Prince, he doesn't drink. He had his awareness on 10.
Yeah.
The dude was following us.
Played secondary.
Right. He was like, hey. Hold these bags. He's like, go out the other door. I'm going to go out this door. I'm like, for what? But I was like, whatever. I go, and I see the dude. And then the dude stops. He's like in between us now. And he stops, turns around, and starts following me. And I was like, oh, is this guy fucking following me? So now I'm like sobered up, and I'm just like, okay. Now, then Prince was like, actually, no, Kingsley, come through this door. And then I stop, and I go through that door. And then he's following us. So then we just stop, and then we look over. And then he's like, yo, where's my fucking money, this and that. And I was just like,
this guy won't
again,
quit.
man.
This guy won't quit.
He won't quit. Luckily, some dude came through, right? Started talking to him. He shook his hand. And as soon as he shook his hand, Prince, the athlete as he is, dips so fucking fast. But he ran so fast.
Well, yeah, he's an NFL
right,
athlete. Yeah.
that I started laughing.
It was
because he
comically
literally
fast.
exited my scene, like my frame.
He was running the 40.
Yeah.
It was comically fast.
Yes,
Like it was
comically fast. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm drunk, and I'm like, dude, I can't run. And then he catches me. And he's like, no, fuck that. We're going to get the money. I was like, man, come on, man. I was like, let's go out. Let's go meet him, and we'll get the money and this and that. But I'm thinking of like an exit strategy. So as we're walking, these kids, they're like either really early 20s or late teens trying to sell some candy, but they didn't have candy. They just want donations. The dude, Jeff, goes and talks to these kids.
Oh, you're about to pay them off.
Exactly. So now they all stop what they're doing, and they're all following me, right? They follow me out to valet. They surround me. Dude, Jeff goes into the trash can, gets an empty beer bottle, puts it in his back pocket.
This is crazy.
Crazy, right? And now I'm on the phone with Prince. I was like, where the fuck you at? I'm about to die.
Yeah.
I'm 35, about to be my first fight ever. And I was like, you have to get here quick. He was like, Kingsley, you have to run. Come to the strip. I was like, dude, I'm drunk. I can't outrun these kids.
Yeah,
and this dude. I was like, dude, if you can't pull up, he was like, Kingsley, he's like, I have to go. Like, they're telling him to leave, right? Because he's just parking in the street. And I was like, fuck. I was like, and I'm looking for security, only security, and I'm not going to put her into it. It was just like some little girl. I was just like,
yeah, what's she going to do?
Yeah, what is
Fuck
she
'em?
going to do, right? So I'm just like, fuck. I was like, let me call you right back. I hang up. I call the police.
Now they're on your side.
Right? I was like, fuck. Because I was like, should I? I was like, fuck it, I'm not fighting. So I was like, I'm in Vegas. I was like, I'm not fighting. So I
It's the
called
largest gang.
right? Call him. I was like, yo, I'm about to get jumped. I'm at this place. Come quick. Gave him the description, gave him the whole spiel. The dude was just yelling in the background. And I'm just watching this guy because he has the bottle in his hand. Other kids are just like walking around. They just, dude, the looks that they're giving me, I'm just like, damn. I was like, if you jump me, you're jumping me for free. Like, I don't have any, unless you're splitting $100 5 ways, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fuck. So I'm just acting like I'm on the phone with my cousin. I was like, oh, he's pulling up right now. And I'm telling the girl, I was like, you need to fucking hurry up.
Yeah.
And the dispatch is like, I'm not in the car. And I was like, true, but tell them niggas to hurry up.
Yo, let me tell you something. Police dispatchers will talk to you. You're like, so you're about to die. What color of shirt are you wearing? So the guns to your temple? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Are you okay? Is there an exit?
And she's
Okay.
like,
So
what,
you're dying.
What happened? Like, I was like, I don't know. It's about some money or something.
know.
Like,
Send
trying
help,
to-
send help.
Yeah. I was like, now's not the time for the story. Please send help, right? 5 minutes go by, like 8 police officers come through. I was like, fuck
hell.
yes, thank you, God.
Any of them
Right?
black?
Yeah, 2 of them.
All right, good.
Yeah, so I knew, right?
Yeah, you were good.
So they're there.
It was like a
looking
team from Duke.
Right, they're looking for us, and I'm like right in front of them, like blinking hard, 'cause trying not to be like, hey, I'm over here, get this guy.
Hit him with the Eddie
right?
Griffin.
Before-
The Eddie
Morse code and
Griffin.
shit. SOS.
Seriously, right? And I'm like hands on my head and shit, just trying to, make them see me. And then the dude, Jeff, was like, yo, follow me. The police are here. Coming to me. I was like, huh? Acting like I didn't hear him. And then the police finally come. They grab the dude, took the bottle out, his thing. All the kids scatter. And then they asked me if I wanted to press charges. I was like, do anything just to get him away. And they're like, oh, if you want to press charges, you got to, like, come. I was like, no, just hold him there. I'm going to run. And I don't want to see him again. So I dipped off, met him at the strip next to the CVS.
I know that
And then-
part.
Oh yeah.
Shit was crazy. And then we were like, dude, we're probably never going to see him again.
Hopefully.
We thought, right? We go to the next party.
No way.
He wasn't at that party, right?
fuck
The
is this
next
guy?
party was like a little networking party, and we were just like recapping what the fuck happened. And that's when we saw him in the video, because we were like, how did he find us? And we went through my stories, and then we were like, oh my God.
There goes Jeff.
He was
right?
there the whole time.
This guy was Michael
Right.
Myers.
So
Black.
we go to the Maxim party, which was after the second party. We go to the Maxim party, and we're walking up. And everybody looks like this guy now. Like, because, dude,
yeah.
it was kind of traumatizing.
Of course.
This
Yeah.
guy, like, every black dude, I was like, dude, is that him? No. Is that him? No. And we're in line, and, like, we're kind of trying to scoot up. And then I look over, and I'm like, Prince, is that Jeff? And he looks over, we look over, we're like, oh, my God.
Dude.
How the fuck? Now he's going through the line, and we're squeezing through. Excuse me. We're VIP. We get to the front, and he couldn't get that far, and so all he was doing was like telling people, "Hey, these guys robbed me. These guys robbed me." And we're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" So we finally go in, and we're just like, "Dude, like, I can't even enjoy my night because this guy is just in my like. I'm looking everywhere now."
Yeah.
Right? Couldn't even enjoy my night. We eventually enjoyed our night because like we stayed there till like 3:30, almost 4 in the morning, and then we were leaving. I was like, "Hey, let's leave out the side entrance, not the main entrance where Jeff was." Princess was like, "Man, he's not gonna be there. Like he had to have been like 43, 44 maybe." Mm-hmm. We're like, "He's too old. He's not gonna be there at that time." We walk out, and like I'm looking. Jeff is standing right there.
Whoa.
And I'm like,
this
dude,
guy won't quit.
He is not letting up off this $1,000 that we owe him. And side note, okay. Should we have paid him? Yes and no. Because would we have met Russell Wilson and Sierra if I had not followed him?
There should have been some negotiation.
Yeah. If I had not followed him, we would have missed Sierra and Russell. But Russell did 90% of the work because he got us into the elevator. He got us through that checkpoint.
He scrambled.
Right. So ultimately, we didn't pay him obviously, but like I felt like we should have gave him something.
At that point, you now started feeling bad for your possible murderer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What do they call it when you feel for your kidnappers?
What's that?
Stockholm syndrome.
You got Stockholm syndrome from this
honestly,
guy.
I was like, I kind of felt bad.
And he was one of your
Wasting his
people.
time here.
Yeah.
He was black too.
Yeah, it's
Jeff
Black
was
History
black.
Month.
All right.
And he telling everybody I robbed him. I was like, man,
You
I was
robbed
like,
a small black business. This is what you did.
This guy had something
fucking
going.
So yeah, we see him.
Imagine started taking out pictures of his kids.
No, he did take out his phone. He started recording us, and he took a picture of me when he was about to jump me with the 5 other kids. But he took out his phone again, started recording us, and then Prince, like, he just had it, right? And he was just like, man, you picked the right one today. Like, he started bucking up on him. Prince got his phone out, started recording his face, and then like we were like, oh, okay, like then we're just like, you know what? Let's just fucking fight so we can get over it.
Yeah.
Like, I just want this fucking nightmare to be over. And this dude just stops and just says, like, he doesn't say anything. He just stops. He gets his little Starbucks drink because like his order was ready. And then we were just
Outside
like,
of a Starbucks, just waiting for.
and they're like, this guy's a bitch. I was like, let's go. So we just walked away. He didn't even follow us.
That is hilarious. There is a video of Godfrey the comedian where he goes, if you ever want to look like a safe black person, he has the Starbucks cup. Gaffy, you got to find it. Godfrey Starbucks.
You can't
and he
look
goes,
hard.
look, now you look safe. we need to cut to that.
Go, hi. I'm a safe black man now. I'm safe. Oh, he has a Starbucks cup. He's okay. He's not stealing from us. Don't worry, baby. I'm just going to the train. I wasn't following you. I was lost too.
But yeah, no.
What an experience. Look, I need to meet your cousin
It
too,
was-
because I am a fan.
Yeah,
I actually am a fan of your cousin. And now I know he's lightning fast too. I mean, I did know. I
Comedically
mean, I did see him in the combine. Think he runs a sub 4.6, but that is one of the wildest, coolest stories ever because the payoff was worth it.
Oh yeah.
Even if you guys gave up 1,000, it was worth it.
would've
But
been
for
worth
the
it.
fact that you didn't, it's like
Yeah.
y'all gained 1,000.
We came up 1,000.
Like y'all gained that experience. There is almost no money that could put.
Right.
Like kids dying get that sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it goes to that level of these celebrities are the top of that time.
Of that time, yeah.
You know, it is like the equivalent of hanging out with Pac and Snoop, and then you had, you know, whatever else is going on, like boy band, whatever that time, and like you hung out with the people who are the people.
Right.
I mean, then I later on saw like Odell on TMZ that he's banging Chloe.
Kim. I was on that TMZ video. Did you see that?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Yeah, with that one, I won. I was like, Prince, because we knew the security guard. I was like, let's get in with Chloe and Kim and all that. And then he was just scared. He was like, no. I was like, dude, let's go in. So we tried to, but then like Chloe kind of made like a little part because she wanted Odell to come in. So then she got Odell in, and then I was like, okay, now let's just skip it. But good thing we did, because like going down with Kevin Hart was dope.
That's an insane experience. And you know what's so funny? I reached out to you before that weekend to come on the pod.
Yeah.
And when you said you were gonna go to like Super Bowl stuff, I was like, you know what? That's even better. You should have a story. I didn't know you were gonna meet. I mean, Justin Bieber. I mean, that is to some people their god.
Is that the guy?
Yes. Yes, right there, dude. And that was the scariest thing.
Hey, do we have the okay to post that?
Go for it.
All right, Gassy.
Man,
put
You
it
can't
on
identify him.
All right, just put it on there.
yeah,
That was Jeff.
You can't see his face, but like
That is-
when we were watching it, we were at the party just sitting down, just reflecting. And we're like, dude, how did he see us? And when I'm going through the stories, and you see, it's so cringy. Like, it's like, ew, like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
You
like
look like
it
the
makes
angel
you
of
think,
death.
it's like, man, I was like, dude, like, if I was by myself, I wouldn't even. If he had that beer or whatever, he would have got me.
Yeah,
because
of
like I
course.
was lit.
Weapon
like,
against no weapon. Plus
Right.
you're under the influence.
Yeah, but it was just like, it just made you think. I was like, dude, like you don't know who's following you, who's doing like. It was just so creepy.
That is
Just-
wild.
It is.
He's got a
crazy.
wild like murder fit on too.
Like, dude, like
Don't go
put
back to
on
Vegas.
Yeah.
Hands in his little.
Like he's gonna throw that in the trash as soon as he's done with you.
Oh man.
Seriously, man. But also on the flip side, if you want to go to those parties and someone's offering you to get in for $500,
They do
take
work,
it because
yeah.
they can get you. He got up to Kim Kardashian's level. Like
That's wild.
that's crazy. So I would, if I wasn't like with Prince or whatever, and if I was offered that, and if I knew it was like,
It was legit, yeah.
I would definitely do it because just being up there was just like it was an experience. It was crazy.
It was a close encounter
Yeah, almost died.
with black on black crime. And we don't encourage that here at the Eric Bernal Show. We encourage everyone to love each other. As the great Louis Farrakhan once said, I don't know what I'm saying. No, I actually do like Louis Farrakhan. I do like a lot of people. See, that's the thing. People think you could only like certain people and like not like other things about them. Like, there's also things I don't like about certain people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're called family. You know, so that's what it is. Kingsley, Amukamura.
Yes.
You spell it the way it sounds. Can we just put his Instagram one more time up, Gats?
Yes, sir.
Right there, right there. Follow the guy. We'll leave it up there for just a little bit. Right there, right there, right there, right there. This has been one of the best episodes. A lot of clips we'll be posting.
it up.
It's going to be clipped the hell up like, foreskin. Nonetheless, you can follow Gatsby at Gatsby the Artist. Let's go ahead and put a cool picture of you at your birthday, whether it's yakking or a video with your Instagram on there, please,
We'll put
Gatsby.
both.
Put it
Put a
on
before
there
and
nice
after.
and long. Everyone give Gatsby the Artist a happy birthday, even if it's belated. It's 10 days later. It doesn't matter. Wish him a happy birthday. Also, you can follow me at Eric Bernal Comedy on Instagram. On X, it's Eric B Comedy because someone else's name Eric Bernal Comedy, or I made one and I never used it. On TikTok, I think it's Eric Bernal Comedy too. I just post and ghost on that. And as always, guys, if you did not like this, if you're against black people or brown people, please put it in the comments as it does help the algorithm. Please start a racial war in the comments. Tell us why your supremacy of your race is superior. I'd love to listen because I do listen to different religions. I might be Chinese. As always, this has been the Eric Bernal Show. And as always, Gatsby, what do we say?
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Bye.
And why the AZ is SVO. Jokes aside, the realest when you hear it coming from the Eric Bernal Show. It's Scottsdale. Very own. Get your phone and hear a call. We going up. Now let them know. SVO. Sleepy Hollow.